Hello and welcome to the next episode of The Conscious Female Founder. I am your host, Sally Tarbox. I am so excited to be sat down with you guys today. I've taken a little bit of time off, but I am back. And for anybody who doesn't know me, I'm the proud host and owner of this podcast and YouTube channel. I'm also the proud owner of a company called the Empowerment Movement, where I work with other entrepreneurs. I have been so lucky to be featured on Fox TV, and I have another big exciting TV opportunity coming up in the States in the next few weeks. I'm also super excited because I'm going to be launching something with everybody really soon for other entrepreneurs that are looking for support around their business. Being an entrepreneur can be extremely lonely and tough at times. So I'm setting up a business where I am going to be helping other entrepreneurs network, get their business out there, but equally at the same time get support in regards to all levels of their business and being able to shine light and eyes on their business at the same time. So if you're interested, let me know. I'll put all my details below. But today is not about me, as always. It's about another amazing women that I'm sitting down with today, and I'm super excited to be doing this. So I'd like to introduce to you Jo Douglas, and she is a transformational menopause coach, and she is helping women all over the planet. Literally, just before we jumped online, we were talking about how incredible the work she is doing and how she's touching so many people at the moment. So I'm so excited to be sitting down with you today, because I know you've got something that's coming up and you're launching something that is just going to have such a huge impact on so many women. But Jo, over to you, babe. Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you're doing, and how you're helping other people at the moment.
Thank you, my love. It's lovely to see you. We met, didn't we? Was it 2 years ago?
It was 2 years ago. It was. It's gone
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, that was a really amazing let's say experiment.
Opportunity.
Opportunity, that's the right word.
Experiment. I love that.
Yeah, I was there then. When we went to Florida, I was launching my retreats for the first time.
Yes.
That's 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And my retreats are doing really well. But anyway, I'm Jo Douglas. I'm a women's wellness and transformational coach specializing in menopause. Um, the reason why I got into this field is because I myself had a rocky perimenopause and menopause. I'm 56 now, post-menopause, and I've learned so much over the years. So I've not only experienced it,
Yeah.
I know how a lot of women are feeling. So I've got the empathy, but now I've also got the training
Yeah.
and the knowledge. And I'm also a level 4 nutrition coach. I was coaching kind of like the standard coaching way, like giving you a meal plan. This is what you need to eat. This is
Mm.
how you should exercise, eat this protein, and off you go, and then keeping them accountable, which worked. It was
Mm.
good.
Mm.
But since then, I've evolved. And after becoming a certified transformational coach, I've realized that there's a bit more to coaching than just
Yeah.
meal plan and off you go, because
Yeah.
every woman's journey is different.
Yeah.
Everyone experiences different symptoms for a start. They've all got different lifestyles,
Yeah.
jobs, different things going on in their life, elderly parents, young kids,
Yeah.
teenage kids, stressful job, marriage problems.
Yeah.
There's a lot more involved than having just perimenopausal symptoms and menopause.
Yeah. It's not a cookie cutter approach, is it?
Absolutely not. So that's where the transformational coaching comes in.
Amazing.
And then what we do is we look at where they are now, and
Yeah.
I meet them where they are now. We talk about what their lifestyle is like and how they like to envision their future. I call it the your menopause vision.
Yes.
How would you want to see yourself? Is it what's like, do you want to go mountain climbing,
Yeah.
at the age of 60? Or do you just want to have enough strength to be able to pick your grandkids up and play with them, run around
Yeah.
the park, kick a ball? Everyone's vision is different. So everyone's journey is different. So we look to what their vision is and we plan accordingly and we habit stack. We see what it is that they're doing now
Yeah.
that's not working. Because in our early 30s, our 20s, our early 30s, we can go to the gym, we can
Yeah.
eat this, we can eat that, we can drink, we can party, and we're
Yeah.
fine. And then all of a sudden,
Hits
I don't
are.
we don't do anything different, but our bodies don't react the same.
Hmm.
So it's a case of going, okay, so what's working and what's not working, and then breaking it down and what can we change? What can we add in? I like to go down the approach of let's add in things
Yeah.
rather than take away, because the feeling of restriction,
Yes, that's a big one, isn't it? The brain acts very interestingly with restriction and taking away. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's
We've done a
massive.
lot of training around this. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
interesting.
that's massive. So we add things in. All right, what
Mm.
can we add into your lifestyle? So say, for example, a lady will say to me that she, I don't know, let's say she drinks a lot of Diet Coke, but that's
Mm.
okay because there's no calories in it, right? And if you don't know, you don't know.
Of course, you don't, right?
Yeah. So instead of me saying, well, you've got to stop drinking Diet Coke because it's this, 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 and this,
Yeah,
then we say, okay, so how many do you have a day? What are you feeling like when you have one? What do
yeah,
you feel like after one? We do a journal. What symptoms are you having? And then we try and connect it to how it makes her feel when she has it.
yeah,
So, all right, let's cut back. Instead of having 5 a day, let's have 3, and we'll replace the other 2 with water. And let's
yeah.
work on adding water, because drinking
Yes.
more water, you're not thirsty, you don't fancy as much Coke Light.
Yeah.
Coke. So that's the kind of approach we do. And then some ladies are drinking, like myself included before. I've nearly this Christmas I'll be 2 years without alcohol.
You've done amazing.
It's made a massive difference. And I know, and I've tried for years to stop.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of months and then gone back on it so
Mm.
I know how hard it is. And that's why I think ladies relate to me, because I've been there, I've done it. So I've got the empathy and there's no judgment. So
Yes.
when there's alcohol involved, even if it's just a couple of glasses of wine at night, then we say, all right, so let's reduce it and let's just have the wine before dinner,
Yeah.
because wine during dinner and after dinner is going to affect your sleep because your body needs
Yeah.
time to digest it. So I'm not saying don't drink it. Let's move the time.
Move it. Yeah.
Move it. Yeah. So there's things like that, and that's how I approach it, and that's why I try to keep the overwhelm as minimal
Mm.
as possible. And then I find that the ladies, when they do start making the small changes, they then naturally want to make more changes.
Changes. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
feel better.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's very much because I've done training around this about how the mind works, right? Because originally I am a mindset coach as well, but it's how the brain works and how it reacts when we start to restrict, when we start to take away. It works in a really interesting way. Whereas what you've done is an amazing approach because you're actually adding in.
Yeah.
So then what you'll find is the change is easier to kind of take place and take fold. So I think that you're incredible. You're absolutely amazing, and you really do know your stuff. Like you are the lady for menopause. One of my questions, because you didn't have an easy menopause. I mean, I know you like we've chatted about this quite a few times, but you had a really tricky menopause, didn't you? You didn't know you were going through menopause. You actually fell pregnant during like
Yeah,
perimenopause.
that's right.
One
My,
point you thought you're going to get rid of your husband. You were like, you're done with him as
I always walked out, because
well.
I've done it. Mine was early, because I have a lot of
Mm,
ladies say to me now, well, I went to the doctors and I told them about this, 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 and this, and I've read that it might be perimenopause, but when I suggest it to the doctors, they just don't be ridiculous, you're too young, which
yeah,
infuriates me,
yeah,
because a lot of it's not always perimenopause as well. That also happens the other way. We
yeah.
can blame perimenopause on everything.
On everything, right? Yeah, of course.
So, it works both ways. But a lot of doctors will just ask you how old you are and just rule it out,
Thank you. Mm,
which, a lot of the time, if you're suddenly feeling anxious and you've never been anxious before
mm,
and nothing's really changed in your life,
yeah.
think about it. What
Mm,
what what could be changing? It
what's
could
going
be
on here?
fluctuation in hormones. If all of a sudden that you can't sleep very well at night, but you've never had a problem before and you've not done anything different, it's
Mm,
things like that. If you're not going through a massive stressful time, there's no real other reason why you should be feeling
mm,
it. Then we need to start thinking about our hormones. And I always say to the ladies, right, I've got a symptom tracker. I said, track your symptoms, tick the boxes, which ones you're feeling, and then track what time of day that is that you feel it most. What day
mm,
is it? Whereabouts are you on your cycle?
yeah.
Everything. Check your sleep patterns, everything. And then when you go back to the doctors, say to them you've spoke to a menopause coach,
Mm.
show them your symptom track,
Yeah.
and then they can't argue with what's
The
on.
stuff that, yeah, what they're being trained in front. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then that you can usually see it on the pattern of your cycle, of your period.
Yeah.
When the luteal phase and when all your hormones are fluctuating, you'll see that your symptoms are worse.
Yeah.
The doctor can look at that and then they can't argue with you. And a lot of the time, they don't want to give you HRT too young because they think you don't need it. They're like, I got told when I first went, they're like, no, you have to be 12 months without a period. You've got to be postmenopause before I give you HRT. And I
Mm.
didn't start HRT until I was postmenopause. But you need it more
Mm.
when you're in perimenopause, not afterwards. I mean,
Not after. It's not after you've been
yeah.
through the
I mean,
process.
we do need it afterwards as well, don't
Yeah,
get
yeah,
me
yeah.
wrong, because, we're replacing our hormones, because when you're in postmenopause, that's when they're flat.
Mm.
It's when they're fluctuating,
Yes.
you need to, give them a little boost in help with
Yeah.
replacing the hormones that are going like this all the time. And it helps like a HRT patch. And these days it's body identical.
Mm.
So it's not like back in the day when it's still a lot of people don't know this, but it was all synthetic before. And that's when the
Oh, right.
years and all women stopped it. When I was
Yeah.
young, I remember my mum, she's like, oh, got to stop it because it causes cancer. And there is a higher risk with synthetic
Yeah.
hormones, but still not as big as what people were thinking. With the body
Yeah.
identical hormones, the risk is there's more risk of getting cancer drinking wine than
Yeah. There you go.
body, identical HRT. Going out and getting hit by a bus, there's more probability of that happening. So when you weigh up how you're feeling, even with
Yeah.
synthetic ones, because like the contraceptive pill is a synthetic hormone,
Yeah.
and some women have been on that all their
For
lives.
years. Yeah.
But if you weigh up the risk factor against how you feel without it,
Yes.
you've got to think, okay, I'd rather take that risk and make my risk slightly higher.
But actually, the
Feel
quality of life.
Yeah, my quality of life is much better. I'm
Mm.
doing everything else right. I'm not over drinking. I'm not eating
Mm.
massive amounts of processed food, which makes the risk of
Yeah.
cancer so much higher.
Yeah.
So it's all about weighing it up, what it is, what your lifestyle's like. So I say to the ladies, go to the doctors with knowledge, educate
Yes.
yourself.
Absolutely right. Knowledge is key, especially in this one.
And they have to listen to you, and then
Yeah.
if they still don't, then say, I'd like to speak to a doctor who's qualified in menopause.
Yeah.
Because more surgeries now have like probably one doctor or one nurse
Yeah.
gone through some recent training,
Yeah.
asked to speak to those because, the doctors who went through medical school, it's changing now, thankfully.
Yeah.
They've had no training in menopause.
Yeah.
I remember when I first went, sorry, Sally.
No, no, I love this. Go on, keep talking. Keep
I first went to the doctors. He Googled it in front of me.
talking. Wow.
He had no idea. The only reason why he knew a little bit about it is because his wife was going through
This is
it.
what, yeah.
His wife was educating him because she was doing her own research and he was there on Google. And I'm like, seriously?
Is this what we're doing? Is this how this is going now? Because
I'm
I
like,
could have done that.
yeah, I had already done
You know
it.
what I mean? I'm quite an intelligent woman. I've already been to
Yeah,
Google. Google didn't help, so that's why I'm here. And now you're using the same tool.
yeah, it's really frustrating.
Yeah,
So,
you had a tough menopause, didn't you? Yeah, but you did also kind of, because I know you fell pregnant with your second child doing it, didn't you? But you didn't realize you were sort of in this process, and then
but not until I look back. Now
yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah. Well, that's always the case, isn't it? I think
yeah.
we can connect the dots going backwards. It's so much easier, but going forwards at the time, especially when there's so much going on in life. Yeah.
So I had my first child at 36. I was a late bloomer. And then my second child at 40.
Mm.
So between them, I was having like the night sweats were like you could wring my sheets out. It was,
Yeah.
horrendous. My sleep patterns. I mean, I had a small baby, so I was assuming
Yeah, of course, you associate the two together. Yeah.
breastfeeding, small baby, hormones, sleepless nights with a baby. So I was blaming the way I was feeling and what was going on with me on my hormones and on just giving birth.
Yeah.
But you don't get hot sweats with,
Uh,
you know, That's definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
from perimenopause. And we tried to have our second baby. We wanted like a 2-year gap, but
Yeah.
it wasn't working, wasn't happening. And now I realize why, because obviously
Yeah.
my hormones were up
You're
and
going crazy.
down. Yeah. So at 36, they were still okay. And then, 30,
Yeah.
we started trying again. I'd waited a bit too long, and that's when my hormones were fluctuating. So we actually stopped trying. It was too stressful. I was
Yeah.
irritable. Couldn't stand looking at my husband, let alone trying to have sex with him to get another baby. You know, once we stopped trying, it happened. And
It
now
happened
I'm
naturally.
pregnant the second time at 40. But now I realize why it took so long. So then a second child was cut fine and, going through the motions of life
Mhm.
and just focusing on the kids, not really focusing on my relationship as much.
Mm.
Looking back, we both could have, tried a bit harder, but life,
Cool, right?
life, isn't it, right?
That's life.
Yeah, and I was living in the south of France as well with no family or friends around me. We'd just moved
Mm.
because my husband's a yacht captain, so we've moved around a lot. I've dragged the kids around. I was the one that had to find the house, had to find the school, had to move, had to get the removal van. And I say he was off swanning off driving.
You're on private boats, you
Like,
know.
there's no swanning to be done. I work hard.
Yes, that must be terrible, darling.
So throw all that into the mix. It's like I
Yeah.
say, you go through perimenopause, but you go through life as well.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
That's why I meet everyone where they're at, because we have to look at what the big picture
What
is.
the big picture is, right?
So then when we moved to the Middle East, we moved to Qatar when my eldest was 9 and my youngest was 3, nearly 4, I think. Things kind of got better. And now looking back, I realized they got better because I was on a health kick. I wanted to lose the baby fat. So I was eating healthily.
Yeah.
I was making sure I got enough sleep. I wasn't drinking a lot,
Yeah.
still, looking after young kids. So there was no going out boozing. I started Pilates every
Yeah.
single day. And my perimenopausal symptoms were, I didn't realize then why. I just thought,
Why?
well, my kids are grown up now. So my hormones have stopped doing what they were doing, thinking it
Mm.
was because of the babies. But it wasn't. It was because I was getting healthy.
Yeah.
I was doing all the things
The
now
right things.
I do. Yeah, so it was like accidental, and I can draw the line between the dots now, looking.
Yeah, I said that, didn't it? Going backwards is easy. It's going forwards. You're like,
But then I fell off the health wagon because we were part of a rugby club, because both my boys play rugby, and
mm,
there's a huge expat
yeah,
community who go to the rugby club. And in the Middle East, you can't drink unless you're either in a hotel
yeah,
or a rugby club. So there was a lot of drinking going on in the rugby club, and the rugby club sold hamburger and chips,
yeah.
chicken nugget and chips, and so I kind of slowly went back into that.
Flipped back.
I had some great years, don't get me wrong. I
Of
loved it,
course, right?
you know.
They're fun.
But now I know, looking back, because my health slid, the symptoms came back. And
Mm.
that's when I almost left my husband because I couldn't stand hearing him even breathe. I couldn't look at him. He was just like, he didn't have to, bless him. We laugh about it
Bless
now.
him. He's lovely as well. They are still together. I will add this.
Yeah, we're very
He's
happy.
lovely. But I can see,
Very,
I can equally see at the same time how it kind of got to that.
yeah. And that's because, you know, looking back, it's because I stopped doing all the healthy stuff.
Yeah.
So
So
it
the
has a
right stuff.
dramatic effect on your hormones of what you do, what you put in your body, how you
Yeah.
move. So that's the lived experience. So then that's when we moved to England and lockdown happened. I put on loads of weight in the first lockdown because it was out in the sun. And I don't know if you remember, everyone was barbecuing because we
Oh
did.
yeah, I do. It was. It was a nice summer as well. I
Yeah, we
do
didn't
remember
realize
that.
that we were going to be locked down for as long as we were. We thought, oh, this is, I'm off work, I'm getting paid, I'm furloughed because I was working in a nursery at the time.
Mm.
Um, and then so put on loads of weight, drinking, eating, and again, symptoms were coming back. And
Feeling like shit.
the belly fat was piling on as
Yeah.
well. So I was like, okay, I need to do something else. So then I went back on the health kick.
Mm.
started feeling better again. And because everyone was on furlough, I was putting it onto, because everyone was on Facebook, weren't they? Like
Yeah.
it was rife at the time, and
Oh
Instagram.
my God, wasn't it? Yeah.
So I was documenting my journey from putting all this weight on, what I was doing, and losing it. So a lot of my friends were like, "Oh my God, I put those weight on too. You're looking great, Joe. What is it? What is it you're doing?" So then I felt like I was coaching my friends and
Yeah.
need to do this. And so I kind of accidentally fell into
Fell
the
into it.
coaching thing. And they were asking me questions that I weren't sure. I thought I knew the answers because, well, years ago, I was a massage therapist on
I
boats
remember.
and we covered nutrition as well. So I was kind of had some background knowledge and
Mm.
the fact that I was into health and wellness myself. So I knew some stuff, but I wasn't qualified. So I'd be making sure that I was Googling stuff to make sure I was telling
Yeah.
them the right stuff. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to do a course. So that's when I did my nutrition course.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give them the right information.
That's amazing.
And I kind of slowly fell into it. And I made my small Facebook group. My friends joined, and like
Yeah.
colleagues at work and people who I knew at the rugby club in England, this was, all these people were joining. And I was teaching them stuff in my group
Yeah.
just because I enjoyed doing it. And then it got more and more. And I thought, okay, I can, do this more. I really don't like working at the nursery anymore. I'd much rather do this. And that's how it snowballed. So then I did my women's wellness certification and all the things and all the things. I'm also a menopause champion. I don't know if you've heard of,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm a menopause champion and meno chef as well.
Wow.
Partner with them, and it just snowballed. And it slowly, I left the nursery, and it just my business slowly grew. It was something that I was doing as a hobby that I enjoyed. And we're lucky enough to have a house in Spain. And then I
Yes.
thought, I want
Because
to
you hold amazing. I've seen these online. They look
oh, the
dreamy.
last one was the best one, 'cause
I
each
saw it online, and I thought, because I knew a couple of the ladies that were out there as well, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this retreat that you're running just looks incredible. Like, at the same time, it looks incredible, but like from an outside perspective, it looks like a space where you are educated, you are nurtured, you are looked after, you are listened to, and above all, you are safe. And I mean like emotionally safe, not physically safe. I mean it just all of the whole encompassing thing. As I was watching it through the days as the ladies were there, I was just looking at just like, wow,
and it's small.
wow, wow,
It's
wow.
only six of us. So it's
Yeah.
not, I've been on retreats and like there's 30 women and you
Oh
kind
yeah, yeah.
of,
That's a lot when it's like that.
yeah, so it's intimate and we do lots of nutrition and we cook together and we prep together. So they're
Yeah,
seeing that they learn how easy it is to make a nutritionist meal,
yeah,
learn what it is that they can eat to help their hormones. And then we have workshops. We have the lovely Anya come in and she shows them how to do sprouting in the corner of their kitchen and
amazing.
microgreens. And then we have a yoga. There's because where my house is, it's in a really gorgeous spot at the hills of the mountain, bottom of the mountain.
Beautiful.
The airport's Malaga, so it's just inland on the Costa del Sol.
Mm.
And it's a beautiful surroundings. And luckily for me, completely by fluke, we didn't buy the property there. We've had it now for 20, my son's 21. He was 6 months old when we bought it. And luckily for me, just by fluke, I think I was drawn to it, but they're
Yeah, probably.
full of wellness people. Everyone
Yeah.
around the area is either a yoga instructor or a mindful coach
Love it.
or there's I'm never short of a co-host.
Yeah.
So I have a lovely lady that comes in, does sound baths and she does yoga, and I have another lady that comes and does the massage. I mean, I'm a massage therapist, but I bring someone in because I want to be with the women.
Yeah, yeah,
Otherwise I'd just be massaging all the time.
yeah, yeah, you would.
And then they have a facial and some reflexology, and then we sit down, we have like our menopause vision setting and our
Mm.
goals, and we all meet on where they are and plan what they're going to do after the retreat. And there's tears and
Of
there's
course. But
laughter.
that's what I mean, though, like being able to provide people with an emotionally safe space to turn up exactly as they are, no matter what the baggage, no matter what their journey looks like, and then to be able to spend a number of days in a place like that where they're so safe, they're getting educated, they're getting looked after, they're surrounded by other women who, because I think sometimes on these things, like you go and you kind of feel like, oh, I've done this personally. You go to these things and you feel like the broken part almost. Like
Mm.
you go feeling like probably everyone else has got their shit together and I'm going to be the one that is like, oh, but actually when you get to these places, you realize that actually everybody is struggling with something and
Yeah.
everybody's life is so different, right? So then to be able to provide women with this like really safe, encompassing, educating, loving space where they can show up exactly as they are with all the shit, the baggage that comes with it, and be helped and nurtured and loved, and really helped in regards to, because I think as well the thing is with the menopause things, like you said, like you touched on it earlier, when you kind of moved from was it Dubai or Abu Dhabi, like it impacted every part of your life, right? You didn't quite realize it was your hormones at the time, but the fact that then it impacted your health, your decisions, what you're putting in your body, even impacted the relationship with your husband. So it impacts everything. So then to be able to educate women on a retreat that actually is going to have such a ripple effect on their life and
Yeah.
relationships and what that might look like with their kids or their parents or their spouse or whatever, then that's huge. That's absolutely that's transformational. That is transformational.
Transformational. It is transformational. And after doing the transformational certification, helps me
Yeah.
helped me to then, because my first couple of retreats, I didn't have that.
Yeah.
I had the women's wellness certification, the nutrition certification. Like I said, it was like bog standard coaching. I had the empathy and the
Of
experience.
course,
The
right?
ladies
Yeah.
still had a fabulous time, but when I added the transformational coaching on top of it, it was the last one was just a whole different ball game. It
Oh,
was really transformational and it was amazing. It was transformational for me as well.
yeah, and it will be, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
because
I think it's because, and it'll be transformational for you because you have everything that you teach, you've walked yourself.
mm,
So it's not like you're trying to teach someone something that you have not experienced. Everything that you're teaching, everything that you're giving guidance to and advice to, and the love and energy that you're pouring into thousands of women. Like I've seen how many women are in some of your groups. The love and the support and the education you're giving there is from a place of knowledge and from a place of having been there, right?
yeah,
And that's what
empathy.
makes it so much more impactful. And that's why I'm such a big supporter of what you're doing. You're absolutely amazing. I know obviously at the moment, so kind of moving on from the retreats, but by the way, there are two coming up next year. So if you want to know,
It's
reach out to Joe.
June and September next year.
There you go. Heard it here first. Obviously aside of that, you're in a run up at the moment, aren't you? Because you're doing like a kind of 5-day plan at the moment with people, and you're really, yeah, growing another group on the side, aren't you? Which is super exciting. This I would
I'm
like to hear about.
I'm actually doing it in my group because
There you go.
yeah. So I've got almost 6,000 women in my support group now that I started off in
Wow.
lockdown just for my friends. It's grown to 6,000 women, and they're all perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause because
Yeah.
symptoms can carry on in postmenopause as well.
Yeah.
Um, they get better, but they're still there. And there's 6,000 women in there. So because I do like the one-on-one coaching, I do, I support the women for free in the group. So they'll post their problem. And in the comments, I'll, give them my thoughts and
Yeah.
what they can do and try this and try that. So that's my free time that I do that. I'm in there. I spend quite a lot of time in there every day for
Mm.
free because I get a lot out of it knowing I'm
Yeah,
helping.
of
So
course,
I'm
right.
happy to do that. And then, of course, from the group, the ladies, I always say to them, and if you want more of this and more of me, come and book me for private coaching. So I
Yeah.
get coaching clients from the group. So I do both. But then there's that middle ground.
Yes.
There's the ladies in there who can't afford
The
one-to-one
private
coaching,
one-on-one. Yeah.
but they need more than just a comment in the group.
100%. Yeah.
So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm doing live training in the group. I did day 3 this morning. I did day 1 on Wednesday. So day 1 was learning exactly what menopause is and what your hormones are doing to you, why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Just understanding that makes you feel a bit more in control and that it's not your fault why you
Yeah.
feel like you feel.
Yeah.
So day 1 was that. Yesterday, I touched on weight gain, weight distribution, belly fat, that it's not your fault that you've got a spare tire now. You're not doing anything
Not
different.
doing anything wrong.
Morning, and you've got a
So
belly
you get up
fat.
one morning, don't you? You just like,
Yeah, where'd that come from? So day two was about that, why that happens, and then nutritional things that we can add into our diet
Yes, key.
to help it. So that was day two. This morning I did sleep. Sleep's a massive one. Sleep is when I do my one-to-one coaching, we go straight to sleep first.
Yes.
Because if your sleep's messed up, there's no point in
Everything goes
looking at
wrong.
anything else because everything else is so much harder if your sleep isn't good. And
Yeah.
some ladies say, well, I sleep 7, 8 hours a night. Why am I so exhausted? Right, you might be getting the hours, but are you getting the deep, restful sleep?
Sleep, which is very interesting because I've been through this where I've been like, well, I'm getting 6 or 7 hours a night, but I almost wake up feeling just as wrecked as I
Yeah.
went to bed.
So
And it's
that's
like,
because the depth of your sleep
isn't
isn't
good.
right. And we touched on the nutritional things you can add in to make the
Mm-hmm.
sleep better. And I bang on all the time about sleep hygiene in my group, the things that we can do building up to sleep, things that we can do as soon as we wake up, the things that we could do in all day. There's so many things that you can
Do.
change or add that's going to help you get a restful sleep. So that's where I start. So today, this morning was all about sleep. Tomorrow, I'm touching on night sweats and hot flushes because that's another big one. Like there's sleep, and then a lot of women struggle with that.
Mm.
That was my first symptom.
Yeah.
Like I said to you, I could wring the sheets out
Yeah.
in between kids. So that's a massive sleep disruptor. So if we can learn what to do to help with that, that can
Yeah.
also help our sleep because it's like a knock-on
It
effect.
is. It's a cycle, isn't it? Right? It's absolutely a cycle. Yeah.
If we want to change it from the cycle down to the cycle
Yes.
up, so
Yeah.
start adding things and making these small tweaks, we can get better rather than
Spiraling down. Yeah.
spiraling
Yeah.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
spiral, that's the word I was looking. So today, tomorrow's hot flushes, night sweats, but everything that they're learning in this live training helps all your symptoms, but we
Absolutely, right? Yeah, it's all encompassing.
on those. And then on Sundays, the last day of the live training is brain fog, which is one
Oh,
that
another
I
big one.
still struggle with. And I struggle with it because I know what I have or haven't done. I
Yeah.
know why, oh, today, why am I struggling? So why can't I focus today? I go, yeah, I know why, because I stayed up too late watching Netflix.
Mm,
Why? Because I ate such and such yesterday, or
yeah.
I know why, because I know why now. So I
Yeah.
know what to do, what not to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I'm doing something, say if I'm out at a party or something, I know, oh, tomorrow's going to be a write-off.
Yes.
Fog is going to be through the roof.
Through the roof.
But it's empowering you because even though I know that,
Equipping you, right?
I've chosen to have that night out and do
You should
this.
have, right? Yeah.
I know how I'm going to feel
Yeah.
tomorrow. It empowers you to make
Hmm.
a choice to do it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
And if you know that I really can't be having brain fog this week because I've got important meetings at work, I've got this, I've got
Yeah. Yeah.
empowers you to make the choice, right, I'm not going to do that because I know it's
It's
going to
going to have such a
be.
big impact.
Yeah. So that's
100%.
the thing is giving women that sense of control back. They
Yes.
know what it is that they shouldn't do. I hate the word should because that's like a
Mm.
mindset thing.
It's a mindset thing, that one. Yeah.
But what they can do
Yeah.
or can not do that's
Mm.
going to affect them at
Mm.
work the next day or
Yeah.
whatever it is that they've got to focus on, then it gives them that empowerment to do it. So the last day is all about brain fog. And then they've got 2 days, next Monday and Tuesday, to catch up on replays because as long
Amazing.
as you subscribe, you get all because there's lots of worksheets to go with each day.
Yeah.
Because I can't, I
Yeah.
try and get it done in half an hour. And there's so much more that I want to add
Yeah.
to the training. So worksheets come with it. And then you can listen to the training, use the worksheets, and pick out from the training what suits you and your lifestyle. Because like I said, everyone's different.
Yeah.
So there's one like for sleep, I've given them like a cheat sheet, I call them, on how to cut back on alcohol, how to cut back on caffeine.
Yeah.
And if you don't drink much, you don't need that one.
Yeah.
Work on my caffeine intake,
Yeah.
work on those late afternoon cappuccinos that I really enjoy. What can
Yeah.
I do instead? What can I add in
Yeah.
Make me not want that cappuccino. And to experiment, if you don't have them today, what do you feel like tomorrow? Do you
Mm.
feel better?
Yeah. Yeah.
And tuning into your body and noting what you've eaten with what symptom you've got.
Amazing.
And again, you start to see a pattern. So I like to teach the ladies to tune into them on what, because how you feel could be different to how.
Completely. Someone else feels. 100%. It will be.
So that's what my training is all about. Then they've got 2 days to catch up with training. I do a check-in every day as well at 8 p.m. So if they go away with the training and then a question comes up, they can come back at 8 p.m. for a live Q&A.
No.
So
Oh
we've been
my
doing that.
gosh, the value you're giving is mad.
Yeah, so after these 5 days training, it all comes together in a masterclass next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, they put all the training together, and then I'm going to teach them how to plan out their menopause vision.
It's amazing.
Basically, what I do on one-on-one
Yeah.
condensed
Yeah.
into 5 days in a masterclass. So you could walk away after that 5 days of that masterclass and have a plan and go off and do it, and then come back into the support group and ask questions. So I'll still support you as you go. But then at the end of the masterclass, I'm going to announce what I've been working on behind the scenes with, I've got 20 experts, 20 other wellness experts in my group, that all different experts from different angles. So like an anxiety expert was the lovely Anne-Marie, who
I
you
love her so much.
Florida with.
Yeah.
She's a
Good
fabulous
friend of mine.
anxiety coach. And again, she's lived experience.
Yes.
So she's very empathetic. I've got a strength coach who's does strength training, and an alcohol coach who.
Wow, mate. Yeah.
So all types of wellness. I've got these experts. There's 20 in my group, but 16 of them are going to come with me into this. The other ones are too busy, but they're still in the group though. But are going to come into this middle ground that I talked to you about.
Amazing.
Who needs a bit more than free support but
Yes.
can't really afford coaching. So I've been saying to all the ladies that I've been working on this, I'm so excited. I've almost spilt the beans about what it is. And I'm also doing a competition to win a life-changing prize as well. So if you come to all the trainings, and all you have to do is comment in the trainings and the check-ins, and then I've got, like, in the guides, I've got day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. And then if you come and pop in there what you took away from the training, and then come to the masterclass, I'm going to put all those names on, as long as you've done it all. You've got to be serious about it.
Yeah, of
I'm not
course.
going to give you the prize if you've just done
Yeah.
one training and not take it seriously. So, because a lady said to me, "Why are you making us watch every training and come to every check-in?" I said, "Because I want to know you're serious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Feeling better, and for me to give away this prize that's literally life-changing, can be life-changing. Then you need to deserve
You
it."
need to be committed.
Yeah,
And I think
exactly.
it's about being committed to yourself as well, right?
Yeah,
If you
exactly.
want change, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to give away this prize to someone who doesn't want to make the change, who's not committed to making a change. So that's why I said, if I see you, if you subscribe, your name's on a list, obviously, in my email server. So that's where I get the list. And then I'll go back and look at all the trainings. And if you've done the comments on all the trainings and all the check-ins and the masterclass, then you get tick, 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 tick next to your name. And if you've ticked all the boxes, you
And
know.
then you get a chance. Amazing. Well, I will be adding in a link, obviously, to the trainings you're doing and what you're running up to launch with all your amazing experts as well, because this is going to be utterly incredible. And like I said before, it really is helping so many women. Really, like, you are helping thousands of women across the world. And that is just so truly powerful. And I'm such a big, big supporter. So thank you. This is exciting. I can't wait to see how this one unfolds. I really can't. What I normally do, as I normally wrap up an interview, I normally ask people what their plans are for the next 3 months or till the end of the year. But we've already kind of gone over that. So this morning I had a little brainwave and I was like, actually, I think it'd be really nice to do a spontaneous Q&A. So I sent out a message to friends, family, networking groups that I'm part of, even my own community. And they came back with a plethora of questions.
Oh, sure they did. We may well have already covered
I was
them.
like, I wasn't quite expecting this. So
Let's,
I thought we'd do just a quick fire Q&A. You up for it?
yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, let's go for it. So one of the first questions I had from somebody was, how can I track and interpret my menopause symptoms to identify patterns or triggers? Which I think is a really good one.
Yeah, I think that's why I cover in the training,
Yeah.
funnily enough. So I've got a symptom tracker. It's free that you can download. I can share the link here.
Yeah, amazing.
And also in the training, I've got a symptom and food tracker. So what we do is you tick off your symptoms, and then every time you have a symptom, you need to write down and track, okay, what part of the cycle is it? What day are we? What did I do yesterday? It's about tuning into yourself and
Yeah.
getting everything written down. Like I said, to get all that on paper as well before you go to a doctor.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
can't argue with it. And eventually, when you track every symptom you've got and how you're feeling and what part time of the month it happens, what you ate that day or the
Mm.
day before, or what you didn't eat, what you drank, caffeine, alcohol, fizzy drinks. And it's a case of noting it all down. And then you will eventually, I mean, it's time consuming, but
Oh, that's right.
you will see a pattern. And then you can think, okay, my anxiety was really bad this day. Let me see, what did I do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's because my sleep last night was shocking. Why was my sleep shocking? Oh, I went out the night before and had one too many glasses of wine. Do you see what I mean? You can
Yeah.
see patterns and then you can start going, okay, I know what I need to do not to feel that way as much.
Love that answer. Okay. Question number two. Which symptoms are most likely to improve with lifestyle changes versus those that might need medical support?
All of them.
Yeah.
Even my ladies who have been lucky enough to been given the body identical HRT,
Mm,
you can't sit on your couch and do nothing and eat Wotsits and
100%.
expect the HRT to be like a magic wand. I mean, you are replacing your hormones.
Yeah.
If your lifestyle is still, not how it should be, then
Then,
you're still
yeah.
gonna struggle.
Which
So,
makes logical sense. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's the same thing for a lot of things, right? It's like mindset as well, like,
yeah, you got to have the right mindset. So it's a whole picture. So if you can't or choose not to for whatever reason, no judgment. If you choose not to or can't because your doctor doesn't say you can have HRT, then it's even more important to make those lifestyle changes
yeah.
because you
Yeah.
haven't got the backup of the extra hormones.
Yeah. Makes sense. What are the most effective non-hormonal options for managing hot flushes, brain fog, or sleep issues?
Oh, the three things I'm doing in my life training, funnily enough. And the reason why I'm doing those is because they're the most popular asked question.
Yeah, I thought this might be one.
Yeah. So it's the sleep hygiene for your sleep, things that you can do, restricting your food, that word restricting, that's the wrong word, moving
Yes.
your evening meal 3 hours before you go to bed.
Okay.
So your body digests your food while you're awake,
Yeah.
because while you're asleep, your digestive system doesn't need to be trying to
Mm,
digest that meal you've just had because it's got so much other work to do.
yeah. Yeah.
While you're sleeping, it's your rest and repair time. So moving that last meal to 3 hours. So say if you go to you asleep by 10,
Mm,
that's really nice if you're asleep by 10 every night, but just for argument's sake, you are, then make sure you're not eating after 7 p.m.
yeah.
because it gives your body that 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's going to help you sleep. It's also going to help with your hot flushes. It's also going to help with your brain fog because your sleep's going to be better. And like we said, it has that knock-on effect. Um, Adding in minimal processed food, so
Mhm.
whole foods. Did you notice add in,
Yeah. Here we go.
take away your donuts? Let's keep your donuts for now, but let's add in
Yeah.
some whole foods, some fruits, some vegetables, colorful fruits and
Yes. Yeah, I
vegetables.
think that's a really important one, isn't it?
And protein is
Variety.
really important, making sure you're getting like up to 100 grams of protein a day, because if you're eating plenty of protein and colorful fruits and vegetables and you're feeling fuller and more satisfied, you're less likely to go and have a donut in the middle of the
Yeah.
day. So it has
100%.
that knock-on effect, which is then going to be better for your hot flushes and your brain
Yeah.
fog, your sleep, and but then we can take magnesium, it's going to help with sleep.
Hmm.
Those are different types of magnesium because lots of women say, "Well, I went to buy magnesium and there's this type and that type
Oh
and
my
that."
gosh, I've looked at this before and then I gave up because I was like, my
Yeah.
mind was
Well,
blank.
I thought that might come up, so I've made a note. You can get a mixed one, which is magnesium with all types, like in one. supplement, which is generally good, but if it's a particular thing that you're struggling with, so the magnesium glycinate, glycinol, I can never say it. That's dyslexia. The
I
one
know the one you're talking about. Glycemine.
glycemine, thank you, glycemine. That's for sleep and anxiety.
Amazing.
So if you're struggling with sleep, before you go to bed, pop one of those in at bedtime, and that's going to help with your sleep. The citrate is good for constipation. So if you've got a really delicate stomach,
Mm.
don't take that one because it's probably going to upset your stomach even more. But if you're constipated, it's going to help you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why it's good to make sure you get the right one. Always ask your pharmacist. That's what they're there for as well.
Mm.
You can say to your pharmacist what it is you're struggling with, and you've been told that magnesium's good. Which one should I take?
Mm.
Malate's good for energy, brain fog, and for your muscle, so to repair your muscles quicker after exercise. Um, taurate, trait, taurate,
Traits.
taurate.
The traits, isn't it? I think
Yeah,
so.
my pronunciation's rubbish. But anyway, that's good for your calcium, your heart as well.
Mm.
Good heart health. Um, lithanate is brain fog, so that's the brain fog.
Ah, there you go, big one.
Yeah. So if you're
Mm.
struggling with all those things, it's good to take one that's got a bit of all of them
I'm
in.
in them. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Amazing. Okay, another one. How can I maintain a healthy weight when my metabolism slows down during menopause?
Well, it doesn't.
Ah,
That's one of the biggest myths.
there we go. We're ripped off a myth here.
Yeah.
Your
So
metabolism doesn't slow down.
well, I covered this in my training. Your metabolism may slow down for various reasons, but it's not because you can't blame menopause for it.
Okay.
So generally, our metabolisms, if we're doing the same thing all the time and we're not doing anything particularly different,
Yeah.
our metabolism generally stays the same between the age of 20 and 60.
Okay.
So at 60, into our 60s, that's where it naturally starts to slow down if we're not
Yeah.
doing anything different. So we can't blame it on our metabolism, but we can blame it on the things that we do
Hmm.
that changes well, we can blame it on our hormones that is the blame for our weight. That's when yesterday, I did weight gain. And when I went through the training, the ladies were like, oh, thank God it's not me. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
Fault. It's the way your hormones act together and
Yeah.
distributes the fat in your body differently when your hormones are fluctuating. So
Yes.
you're eating
Ah,
the same thing as you was before, and now all of a sudden you're putting weight on eating the same thing where you didn't before, but it's because of what your hormones are doing.
yeah.
There's different strategies you can take by two of the strategies we covered yesterday is by mindfully eating
Yes.
slowly.
Slowly.
I mean, who picks
Not
up
watching the TV as you're
like
doing
not
it.
watching the TV? Don't grab and run as well. So try as best you can mindfully sit and eat your food. And that's when you're digesting your food and eating it slowly, you get fuller quicker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Find that you can't finish what's on your plate, so you start eating less.
Mm.
And as well, water with, traditionally everyone gets a glass of water or a drink with your meal. Move it to half an hour before your meal because
Mm.
your enzymes, your digestive enzymes, work hard to digest your food. And if you're watering them down,
Oh,
they're going to work harder. So it's not as
that's interesting.
yeah. I mean, you go to a restaurant, the first thing you do is order your drink, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Mm.
I would say if you're out, sip it,
Yeah.
if you had a bit of dry food, you need to have a little sip it. But don't have a big drink. The last big drink you should have is half an hour before your meal so that your enzymes can work. And then a couple of hours after your meal.
After.
Because again, your enzymes are still working.
Yeah.
And if you have a big glass of water afterwards, you've diluted your enzymes. So that's one thing to
Interesting. Love this. Okay, cool. We've got probably time for two more. Okay, so this lady says, can you ask her opinion on early menopause? I'm 39, and what form of HRT is best to stop bone deterioration or any other supplements or advice on how to help my body through the process so early?
So it's like I said at the beginning, it's actually not early. because
Yeah,
we
smarter.
realize now, the new research now is that all these things that 35 upwards we're experiencing that we used to blame on other things before, we're now realizing it's early, we still call it early perimenopause
Yeah,
because it's still recorded that the average age is
yeah.
45. So anything under that you would
But
call
it's still, yeah.
early. But when you look at the data and all the symptoms that ladies are having that they blamed before on other things, it's actually not, it's actually more common than we think.
Mm,
So the body identical hormone replacement is really good, but getting it from your doctor that young is really difficult.
yeah.
And that's why it's good to do the tracking and take
The
the time.
tracking, I'd have said, yeah, right.
And then also ask your doctor if you can have your bloods tested. So your bloods, not your hormone bloods, because your hormones are fluctuating, they'll come back normal. But
Oh, right, yeah.
no. So don't do your bloods for your hormones. The best way to track your hormones is by tracking, like I said.
Yeah.
But bloods for deficiencies. So vitamin D is a big one. Your omega-3s, your iron
Yeah,
deficiency. Lots of these deficiencies in these vitamins can have the same symptoms as perimenopause.
yeah.
So you might not be in perimenopausal yet. It might be that you're deficient in something. So I always
Mm,
recommend, even if you're not deficient,
mm.
I always recommend omega-3, magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin K2. So even if you're not deficient, you might still be like on the low end.
Yeah.
So it's always good to top up with those. I mean,
Mm.
a good multivitamin should have all of those in as well anyway. So, you know,
Okay, last question. And this question says, my question is probably more to do with tiredness. My whole body just feels so fatigued. I've been doing exercise, and when I'm doing it, I feel like I have weights in my legs. There's days where I pretty much sleep the entire day and feel like I'm wasting life away because I'm sleeping away. I also feel like I've lost the joy for anything. Don't know if it's down to tiredness or I just can't be bothered to make plans to go out, and finding this stage of life extremely hard. That's really tricky.
I know. Well, that's
That's
the
really
thing
tricky.
again, isn't it?
Yeah.
I red, don't I? Do I look really red?
No, you look fabulous, darling.
I just had a hot shower before I come on and my cheeks are red. Well, that's the sleep thing again. So, like I said, we always tackle the sleep first.
Yeah,
And some of my clients say, well, I'm like asleep for 12 hours.
yeah,
I'm still exhausted, but those 12 hours aren't quality sleep. So we need to look at the type of sleep you're having,
yeah,
wind down period, what you're doing before.
yeah,
Give yourself an hour before you go to bed of that wind down, screens off,
yeah,
magnesium salts, Epsom salts in your bath.
mm,
Just really nourish yourself and wind down. Listen to some soft music, some sleep meditation,
yeah.
and really
Almost
like,
like I guess like prepare the body for sleep, as
yeah,
opposed to just getting into bed and being like, I'm so knackered, you absolutely zonk out, but actually the restorative sleep that you're getting isn't actually there, maybe.
no, it's not. So you're
Yeah.
getting 12 hours, but it's not restorative
No,
sleep.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly that. So that sleep hygiene, that wind down,
It's really, really
taking
important.
that magnesium before bed, having that last meal 3 hours before.
Yeah.
I mean, are you eating just before you go to bed? And working out as well is a big one because we can't work out like we worked out before as well. When we do
Mm,
that vigorous exercise before, these days it's better just to go for a walk, get outside, get in the fresh
mm,
air, get out
mm.
in the green, in nature, grounding. And then that movement's better with some strength training. So,
Yeah, yeah,
a bit of weight training, minimal. Less is more as we
yeah.
go through perimenopause.
Amazing. Joe, you are absolutely incredible. And what a wealth of knowledge you have shared with us today. So thank you so much. I love that we had the Q&A at the end because I just wanted to obviously highlight. I was just like, look how good she is, everybody. She's absolutely amazing. So what I will do, obviously, is I will put links into obviously everything that you're doing in the show notes because you are really helping people all over the planet, and there is support out there for so many women. So if there's maybe not yourself, if it's your sister, your mum, your aunt, whoever, your friend, then absolutely share this with them, and Joe will be there to support them every step of the way. So thank you so much, my
Thank
darling.
you, my darling. Thank you so much for
I
such a
love you so much, and I will speak to you so soon, and I cannot wait to see everything that's coming up in the future. Take
thank
care,
you.
sweetheart.
And good luck in Florida. I hope it goes well.
I know, don't worry, everyone will be watching. They will be watching. Thank you, darling. I love you lots.
Love you too. Bye for
Bye, babe.
now.